Welcome back to Bad Attitude C10. Today we will be cutting out and drilling the hose to install our new High Hump in our 67 C10 Chevrolet pickup. Stay tuned. Alright guys, as y'all can tell, we have the High Hump in place and we're going to use a soapstone to outline it and the holes we need to drill. We'll have to come back in and mark these two up top because I don't want to drill them until after I get these down and seated flush. Alright, once we marked our holes with the soapstone, we're going to go ahead and drill them. Alright guys, we're going to use a drill and a smaller bit to drill pilot hose. Using a step drill bit, or a unibit, some people will call it, we'll go ahead and oversize our holes, but we'll do final fitment holes for our rib nuts or thread setters, whichever one you want to call them, whenever we get everything fit up. That being done, as you can see, we could actually remove this all the way back to the other side of the groove that's marked in here and just follow that line all the way around and we'd still be in good shape. Alright guys, I installed a cutoff wheel on our grinder. I'm going to go ahead and try to cut out this trans tunnel and see if we can gain some width for our transmission. Alright guys, after a cutoff wheel change, we're going to see if we can knock this the rest of the way out. Now using a grinding disc on our grinder, we're going to go ahead and clean up these rough edges. So now we're at the stopping point until we get the transmission at its mounting height. Alright guys, I want to apologize because it's raining outside, so if you can't hear me, I'll discuss it in a little bit. So, since we already have our hose pre-drilled from the other day, I'm going to go ahead and use the unibit to get them to the proper size. Using our little thread setter tool, I put an insert on it so I can verify fitment. With the hose all being drilled to the proper size, I inserted the thread setter and the backup wrench, and then using a drill set with the maximum clutch amount, I installed the rib nuts in each hole. Since the floor was a little soft where the front rib nut was going to go, I put a backing washer on it for a little bit more stability. After that, we reinstalled the High Hump and I installed the hardware so we could then mark the very top holes. With our pilot hose now drilled, we used the unibit after removing the cover to enlarge the hose and install the rib nuts. Once the rib nuts were in place, we reinstalled the High Hump and tightened up all of the hardware. And there you have it. This is what our finished product looked like. Alright guys, there you have it. That's going to do it for this one. Please like and subscribe.